Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at today's deals and discounts that have come out in World of Tanks Blitz. Today is Friday, Black Friday to be exact. And what that means is that you are able to get pretty good deals and discounts available in your game. Wargaming has gotten rid of the old deals for the Caro, the 907, and all those tanks, and now we have a bunch of new vehicles that you're able to get your hands on. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my opinions on the bundles available, which ones are good, which ones are bad, and what exactly I would tell you to get. So let's exactly see what's in the store. We have the Centurion RAAC, which for $11 is not a great deal. It's not bad, but I wouldn't recommend buying the RAAC for $11. This bundle for $6, which gives you 3,000 gold, 30 days of premium, a awesome container, and black boxes, really good. And it comes with 100 gold boosters. This is like a fantastic deal. If you don't own this, I would definitely consider picking it up because that's super good. We also have a $1 deal. This is also really good. It's just a smaller version of the other one. Pretty solid stuff overall. I would definitely recommend to get these two bundles here. Pretty solid stuff. We have the T95E6 for 16 US dollars. You get 2,500 gold, 50 gold boosters. The vehicle comes fully equipped with 3 black boxes and comes with coupons. This is honestly a really good deal. The T95E6 is one of the best tier 10s in the game. Its hatch got buffed to a point now where you can't pen it in most angles. And when you pair that with the fact the vehicle is mobile, has great DPM, it's just one of the best heavies in tier 10. Now, it's not really a heavy, it's more of a pseudo medium. I would definitely recommend, if you plan on buying it, to take a look at my review on the vehicle. But it's an amazing tank, and $16, if you ask me, plus the fact you're getting guaranteed 3,000 gold, is a really good deal. I would highly recommend to consider picking that up. Caliban for 10,000 gold is a great deal as well. The Caliban's a piece of trash. It's like literally one of the worst tier 8s in the game. However, fun and a bad tank do not always come at face value. The Caliban may not be a good tank, but it's basically a 183 in tier 8. So if you like playing the 183, now you have a tier 8 version. 10,000 gold might be a little expensive, but honestly, it's the first time I've seen the tank sold for a decent price. I would definitely say if you have been waiting for the Caliban to come out, now's your chance, and I would definitely pick it up. We have the T26E3 Eagle 7 for 2,500 gold. It's cheap. It's a decent tier 7 medium. There's nothing spectacular about it, but it's really cheap. So if you do want a decent tank that will earn you credits, that has good gun depression, decent DPM, it's not a bad deal. I'm not going to say it's a bad tank at all. It's not. It's actually a really good tier 7. It's just not very exciting. If you like the American style mediums, then good. Pick it up. But I can't really say it's anything that I would personally be driving around. The M60 for 15,000 gold is not a bad deal, but there's one major problem with the M60, and that is its credit earning potential. It is the only collector really in tier 10 that sucks at earning credits. Every other tier 10, not too bad, but the M60 really does suck at earning credits. And because of that, while it is a decent medium, I think the Tech Tree M48 Patton is better and has a more enjoyable playstyle, better turret armor, basically the same DPM. At that point, I just really can't say much of a reason to pick up the M60. It's a good deal, but it's really up to you whether you want to get the tank or not. If it's really a vehicle that's, pleasing your interests, then go for it. I'm not going to say it's a bad tank. It's not. But I just don't think it's great because you're not going to earn credits with it. There's Tech Tree vehicles that are just as good. So, The 777, on the other hand, now this is a really good deal. 17,500 gold for this tank is a pretty solid offer. The 777 is one of the best all-round heavies in tier 10, with great DPM, mobility, armor. It's a just incredible heavy. It has everything you would want going for it, and for 17,500 gold, that's a pretty good deal. I would definitely say that, especially with the double gold bundles that Wargaming just refreshed in the store. I mean, 17,500 gold is equivalent to about $27, $28. That's not a bad deal at all, especially because you're also getting coupons with it. So I actually would say that the 777 is a pretty good tank to pick up. If you were waiting for the vehicle to be released, I would definitely consider it because it's a fun tank. It's a really, really solid one as well. The Kampfpanzer 50 ton for 19,000 gold is a pretty good deal as well. The Kampfpanzer 50 ton is fast, has incredible levels of damage per minute, has good gun depression, really good armor on the hull, and even pretty decent armor on the turret. It's actually one of the best tier 10s in the game, to be honest. I mean, it has some downsides, but every tier 10 has downsides. It has a good credit coefficient. Overall, really, really good tank. 19,000 gold is a pretty solid deal for the vehicle as well. So, honestly, good deals all around for tier 10s. By the way, some of you might be wondering, are these vehicles going to be hitting the store in the Blitz Fair? And if you want my opinion, I don't think so. I think that Wargaming is releasing these tanks on the Black Friday deal, and then in a month when the Blitz Fair comes out, we're going to be seeing vehicles that aren't here, like the Super Conqueror, AMX M454, vehicles like that. Could be wrong, but that's my assumption. We have in Tier 9 the Object 752, Object 452, Kampfpanzer 70, and AMX 30 Proto. The 752 for 11,000 gold is a decent deal. It's always going to be a really, really strong Tier 9. It's a fair price tag. Wargaming usually sells the tank quite a bit, though, so if you did want to wait for it to possibly get cheaper, you can. However, I don't think it's going to get much cheaper if you want my personal opinion. The Object 452 is actually a really fun heavy. It has solid gun depression at 7 degrees. It has incredibly good turret armor, nice alpha at 460, good levels of pen, solid mobility, and pretty good armor. But it also has really bad hull armor. Its side armor is terrible, and the gun can be a little derpy. But after Wargaming buffed its base dispersion, it is definitely a lot more enjoyable, and I've been really having fun in the tank. It's not on the level of the 752 or Kampfpanzer 70, but it is a really solid tank. For 10,000 gold, I'd say it's a decent deal. I'm not going to say it's the best deal ever. The best deal ever is something like the Kampfpanzer. 9,500 gold for this Tier 9 is a steal. It is one of the best Tier 9s in the game with 7 degrees of gun depression, great mobility, super troll armor on the upper plate and turret. And when you pair that with the fact the vehicle hits for 560, being the highest alpha damage Tier 9 right up there next to the BZ, it's a really fun tank. The Kampfpanzer is just amazing. I know that Swetchman said playing in Tier 9s is pointless because they fight Tier 10s, but that just doesn't make any sense to me. Get the Kampfpanzer. It's a great tank. If you want a fun tank overall, it's probably one of the most fun tanks in the entire store. The AMX 30 Proto, it's a decent deal. I mean, 9,000 gold for a Tier 9 is never going to be bad. The problem is the vehicle is a bit outdated. It doesn't have great levels of penetration. It has APCR premium. It's cheap. It's fun. It's actually a really mobile tank, and it's super solid. It's just, it hasn't really changed since its release like 6 years ago, so it's a little bit behind the curve. I think if Wargaming buffed it a little bit on the pen, maybe, it would actually be really, really good. It's a solid tank, though, so it's not a bad deal. It's just, when you compare it to the other deals, it's not, you know, anything truly amazing. Already went over the Caliban. We have the ST-62 version 2, which I just can't really recommend. It's a pretty average Soviet medium, and for those of you who bought it in crates and I told you not to, well, now it's for sale for 9,000 gold, so I don't know what to tell you. The ST-62, don't buy it. I still don't think it's worth 9,000 gold. There's better deals, and for example, the Object 590 is flat better, and we'll break into that in just one moment. We have the Type 5 Kari. I actually really like the Kari. It has 440 damage per shot, a similar style of playing to the Tier 10 Ho-Ri. So if you like the Ho-Ri in Tier 10, it's a really fun tank. It's a beast. It's got reticle calibration, high alpha, incredible levels of penetration, barely loses damage when loading gold. Because of that, it's a super fun vehicle. I think 8,500 gold is actually a fair price tag for it. The Object 590 is, honestly, I would say the best deal out of every single tank here, right up there next to the Kampfpanzer. The 590 has only been sold previously once in crates. And it's crazy to me that Wargaming is already selling it in the store, because the 590 has incredible levels of turret armor. It has a super solid upper plate. It has high damage per shot. It is the jack of all trades when it comes to Soviet mediums. It has gun depression, for Pete's sake. The thing is great. If you want probably the best medium in Tier 8, right up there next to the Vickers MBT, the 590 is the way to go. And for 8,500 gold, that's a great deal if you ask me. It is definitely worth the price. The Shrek TVP for 8,000 gold is also a good deal. If you like the Scorpion G and you want a different style, the Shrek is solid. It has more DPM, it has better dispersion, and it has really good accuracy on move. It's a fun tank. The major advantage it has over the Scorpion for me is the fact that you also cannot high explosive pen it frontally, so you can actually get away with a little bit more aggressive maneuvers. The Shrek is super fun, 8,000 gold. I think it's a fair price for the tank. I don't think it's anything insane, but it's fair because it hasn't been sold really outside of crates. The TVD4 Shark, pretty good vehicle. 7,000 gold is a good deal for it. If you don't have the tank, it is probably the best all-round heavy in Tier 8. It's the E5 of Tier 8s. It has great gun depression, great DPM, fantastic mobility, even 20 reverse, really good armor. It is amazing at everything. And for 7,000 gold, it's a great deal. If you don't have it, pick it up. That's as simple as it is. But I will say it does get a little boring, obviously. But if you do want a great tank for just grinding in general, pick up the Shark. We have the Samwa SM for 6,500 gold. Also a really good deal. It's a 3-shell autoloader. It has 310 damage per shot, so 930 in a clip. It has 10 degrees of gun depression, really solid mobility, and has super strong upper plate. It's honestly a great heavy tank, and I would consider picking it up if I were you. The Stritzvon 81 for 5,500 gold. It looks too good to be true, and that's because it is. It's a rather mediocre Tier 8. It's not bad. Wargaming gave it away for free not too long ago. It's a pretty solid vehicle, but I think that if you're going to spend 5,500 gold on a Stritzvon, just spend the extra 1,000 or 1,500 and get a Samwa or a Shark. That's my personal opinion. The Super Hellcat for 4,000 gold, it's actually a fun tank. It's got super solid DPM, but I just can't really recommend to pick it up, especially when you have something like the Eagle 7 or M41D. The M41D for 3,500 gold, really good deal. The Jade is one of the most fun Tier 7s in the game. It actually has a better effective power to weight than the Dracula. It has almost 3,000 damage per minute. It's super accurate. It actually has pretty good pen. It's a just incredibly fun tank, and it's one of my favorite Tier 7s. So 3,500 gold for that tank is actually a really solid deal. We have the Britannia Panther for 1,500. It's a solid shout. There's no reason in any world why you should consider picking up the Poodle when the Brett Panther's for sale, and the Brett Panther is better in every way. So yeah, just get the Brett Panther if you're considering that. And apart from that, there's two other things we have to talk about. We have the 114 SP2 draw. This is the first time the 114's been sold outside of crates. And, well, good luck. We can see the amount it's going to cost. 300 plus another 460 is already, what, like 760? Then we have, like, 900... 1,200, blah, 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 adding up all of these, you're probably going to be looking at around 1,500 to 1,700 coupons to get a 114 SP2. And I mean, sure, there are some really good crates in here, like the Grand Surprise containers are pretty solid, and you're guaranteed to make some gold back there. You've got some Chinese containers. Like, you're guaranteed to get some decent rewards here. But it's not worth the amount Wargaming's asking. Not even remotely close. Get a 116 F3 at that point. Because not only will you get a 116 F3, you'll also get a Vipera and a Lorraine 50 ton. So, yeah, I just think that this is a big old waste. The final thing I'd talk about is the linked bundles kind of event that Wargaming has. You get a free day of premium to start off, and then for $2.49 you get 1,000 gold, and then you get a free collect them all container, a free 10 coupons, and 3 days of premium, and then 390 of these season currency. Then you spend and you get a free mystery box as well. For $1 or $2, this is okay. I'm not going to say it's good, but it's okay. For $5, you get 1,000 gold, you get a surprise container, 20 coupons, 750 gold, so I'm not sure why they don't just give you 1,700 gold for the $5. You get 780 currency, a useless garage gear container. This is not worth it. $5 for what they're giving you here is not good. But let's keep going down the list. For $8, you get 2,000 gold. You get an awesome container, 35. You get a mega container. You get 1,300 of the season currency, and an Alpha Predator container, which is pretty useless because it's a 5% drop chance. Okay, for $12, you get 3,500 gold. You get a mystery certificate. You get a free 50 coupons, a useless bunch of stuff. Honestly, this is not worth it. It should be better, personally, if you ask me. I mean, look, like, $12 for 3,500 gold, right? If I make my way right now to the store and I go to double gold bundles, I can spend $5 and get 3,500 gold. I mean, sure, you can get an awesome container and you might get a tank out of it, but if for $12 I can get double the gold, like right here. $11 I can get double the gold Wargaming's offering. And not only that, but you have to spend all that money to get there. So in total, you're spending like $20 to get mediocre rewards when I could just spend like $20 and get 17,000 gold. It's not worth it. Don't waste your money on it. It's looks too good to be true, and that's because it is. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Let me know what you guys thought, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!